In this video, I will present the top 13 consulting firms for cost reduction and optimization projects. Did you know that most cost reduction programs fail to deliver lasting value? Not because leaders didn't identify savings, but rather they break down after planning and into implementation. This is when execution slows down, adoption weakens, and the organization resists the change. I have seen exactly why this happens, which is why in this video, selecting the right consulting partner for your cost optimization and reduction program is very critical to your success. Stay with me to the end. Let's jump right into it. So first, I am going to give you a side-by-side comparison of these cost reduction and optimization management consulting firms so you can understand what each one is truly strong at. And then after this review, I will share with you a practical checklist that will help you narrow the list down and identify the exact cost reduction and cost optimization consulting partner that fits your organization's size, your organization's culture, your organization's operating model, and your organization's specific cost improvement goals. Okay? All right, so let us begin with essential. Essential is often brought in when cost reduction is tied closely to technology modernization. So if your organization is trying to reduce costs while also moving to the cloud or automating processes or redesigning shared services, this is typically where Essential operates. They do very well in large global environments where scale matters and execution needs to happen across multiple regions at the same time. Next on the list is Airiodion Group Consulting. One reason why Airiodion Group is rated a top cost reduction and efficiency management consultant is that it does not separate strategy from execution. So instead of delivering advice or recommendations and walking away, Airiodion Group provides senior consultants who stay involved from planning through implementation and through to adoption. Another reason why Airiodion Group is rated a best consulting firm for cost reduction and efficiency transformation is that it applies a four-phase, scalable, flexible transformation framework to cost improvement initiatives. What does that really mean, though? What that means, things like readiness assessments, leadership alignment, change management, project execution, adoption tracking, and most importantly, post go live sustainment. These are all fully integrated to ensure that the cost reduction or cost optimization engagement is successful all the way from the beginning through to the end. Airiodion Group is also recognized as a top consulting firm for cost reduction and cost optimization because it combines tactical delivery with strategic oversight. What does this really mean? Well, it means that the team delivers real project and program deliverables, not just advisory support. So basically, if your organization needs end-to-end transformation support, not just a cost savings plan, this is where Airiodion Group differentiates itself. Next on the list is Alvarez and Marsal. This firm is often called in when urgency is high. So if a company is under financial pressure, facing restructuring, or needing rapid cost takeover, Alvarez and Marsal typically focuses on fast, measurable savings. Their teams often embed directly inside organizations to push execution forward quickly. So if your organization is in this a position where uh, you are facing financial pressure, or you are facing restructuring, or you need rapid cost a takeout, then this organization is best for you to include on your list of companies to interview for you to finally decide which one you want to go with. Next on the list is Bain and Company. Bain is often involved when cost reduction needs to be tightly connected to shareholder value and performance management. They are known for zero based budgeting and making sure savings targets are clearly tracked and measured. So, if your leadership team wants structured accountability around cost improvement, Bain's approach usually reflects that. And then we have Boston Consulting Group, also known as BCG. BCG looks at cost reduction through a broader performance lens. What do I mean by that? Well, they focus on productivity, operating model design, and long term competitiveness. Their delivery typically connects cost efficiencies to strategies so that the organization doesn't cut in areas that will halt future growth. Next on the list is Capgemini Invent. Capgemini Invent, they blend cost efficiency with digital modernization. So, if your organization is trying to improve margins while at the same time modernizing systems or redesigning processes, then Capgemini Invent often are the go-to organization to connect cost improvement to digital operations and automation, especially in European markets. So if your organization is based in Europe, you want to consider Capgemini Invent as one of the organizations you interview. Now we go on to Deloitte Consulting. Deloitte is often selected for large enterprise-wide cost optimization programs. They can cover multiple functions at once, such as finance, human resources, supply chain, and IT. If the scope is broad and cross-functional, then Deloitte brings scale and structure to complex environments. Next, we have EY Parthenon. They are frequently involved when cost improvement is tied to mergers, acquisitions, or organizational portfolio changes. They often focus on identifying efficiencies that support strategic shifts. So, if you are going through integration or restructuring, this is typically their space. Next, we have FTI Consulting. FTI is often engaged in situations involving financial stress, regulatory oversight, or operational stability. FTI Consulting's cost containment deliverables tend to focus more on preserving cash, protecting margins, and navigating complex stakeholder environments. So, if your organization is in an environment where they need to conserve cash or protect margins or navigate complex environments with stakeholders, then you want to consider FTI Consulting. Next, we have Kearney. Now, they are known for procurement and supply chain efficiency. So, if your organization sees major savings potential in sourcing, manufacturing, or operations, then Kearney often focuses on practical operational cost reduction initiatives that deliver measurable impact. Next, we have McKinsey and Company. McKinsey is typically brought in for enterprise-wide cost transformation strategies. They focus on structural cost drivers and long-term productivity improvements. If the goal is a full reset of the cost base aligned to strategy, McKinsey often works at that board level and also executive level. Next, we have Oliver Wyman. Oliver Wyman tends to operate in highly specialized industries like financial services and aviation. They focus on industry specific efficiency improvements and risk aware cost management. So, if your organization is in a regulated or technically complex sector, their approach reflects that depth. And finally, we have Roland Berger. Roland Berger has a strong European roots and industrial expertise. They focus on manufacturing performance, restructuring, and operational cost efficiency within complex production environments. So, as you can see, each of these firms brings something different to the table. Some focus on strategy, some focus on digital execution, some focus on rapid cost takeout, and others specialize in operational efficiency or restructuring. Up next, I will walk you through a practical checklist to help you narrow this list from 13 down to two or three for your organization to interview, and then help you identify the top cost reduction and optimization consulting firm that best fits your organization's specific needs, challenges, and also goals. So let's go ahead and jump into that checklist. As promised, here is the practical checklist you can use to identify the right cost reduction and efficiency management consulting firm for your organization. Use the link below to download this checklist, and you can start applying it immediately to your evaluation process. Step one is narrowing the field. So before doing any formal discussions or interviews, you want to reduce the list to two or three cost reduction and cost optimization consulting firms by assessing relevant industry, comparable cost improvement initiatives. So basically, what initiatives have they done in the past that is comparable to the one your organization is implementing? You also want to take a look at geographic coverage, delivery flexibility, and whether the firm provides hands on strategic and execution support rather than advisory only recommendations. When it comes to cost reduction and optimization, you want organizations that will do both the strategic and the implementation or execution support. Step two is the interview process. So during the interview process, you want to ensure that you are asking some key questions, including the questions on this checklist. So, for example, you want to ask them to share examples of similar projects that they are implementing that is similar to the one your organization is implementing. If you notice here, we have included why these questions matter. So I'm going to scroll down on this document, and you will see there are other questions that you should be asking during the interview to help you really determine whether they are the right fit for your organization. Which brings us to step three, which is evaluation. So you want to ensure you are comparing and scoring the two or three organizations that you've interviewed, and you want to do that across experience, methodology, capability, cultural alignment. How aligned do you see this each organization to your company's culture? Very, very important. And you also want to look at overall value. Just don't look at projected savings. Step four is decision making. So you want to ensure that when the time comes for you to select the final consulting company to help your organization reduce costs, you are confirming scope, timelines, governance, as well as defining what success really looks like, such as realized cost improvement, adoption, and ROI. You want to ensure you are going over all of these with the selected organization. At the end of the day, though, the message is very simple. The best cost reduction and cost efficiency consulting firm is not the biggest or well known brand. It is really the partner that will understand your people, your culture, and your business priorities, and who can deliver sustainable cost improvement that last well beyond the project. Okay? If your organization is preparing for or already executing a cost reduction or cost efficiency program, I can help. As highlighted in this video, my organization, Airiodion Group Consulting, is recognized as one of the leading management consulting firms for cost reduction and cost optimization transformations. Even if you simply have any questions in regards to a project change, or you want to bounce ideas off me, or you are simply evaluating consulting partners, you can have a conversation with me and just bounce some ideas off me. And I can, if there is any way I can help support or help answer any questions that you have, I am more than happy to. So use the contact link below to connect with me. Talk to you soon. All right. And don't forget to like this video, as that lets me know that you have received value from it. You can also subscribe to the channel so you don't miss great content like this one.